Hello all, Cheryl here at Nature Within. Actually, I'm indoors because it's like minus 40 outside. I will be going out later and I was going to do this video of the winter solstice outdoors, but it's a little bit too nippy. Yeah, it's minus 26, but with the winds, it's minus 40 here in Calgary, Alberta. Yes, on that note, this winter solstice does start on December the 21st, and it is considered the first day of winter. Yeah, first day of winter. And so it is the shortest day because of the daylight, shortest day of daylight, and the longest night to see all the stars. And it is also known as the death and rebirth of the sun. Yeah, that's what they officially call it. And the uplifting news is that after this day, December the 21st, is when our daylight hours will start increasing. Yeah, so we will start getting more and more daylight as we move through past the winter solstice. And I don't know about you, but I do enjoy a cool winter. And a cold winter sometimes too. It's just, I don't know, it's a nice dry, cold air for some of us in different parts of the world, right? On December the 21st. Not all of us live somewhere cold in the wintertime. So that's why I didn't mind staying here in Calgary for the winter. My girlfriends are saying, well, go stay in BC. It's warmer and all this kind of stuff. And I go, yeah, it's beautiful. I'll go visit that in the spring. But I was telling them I'm a northern girl at heart. So I am used to having a white Christmas. That is something I just truly love, a white Christmas for sure. And that's why I'm wearing white today. Yeah, for Christmas, yes. White quartz. White quartz, and and here is Our Lady aligned, yes, with all the energy centers. And we need to be aligned for sure at this time with the shift of the winter solstice. So as I was saying, I'm originally from Northern Ontario. I was brought up mainly in Timmins, Ontario. Yes, where I did a lot of skating. I still cross-country ski. I didn't downhill ski. I always wanted to, but it was only for the rich people, is what some of us thought when we were younger. Yes, some of our parents just didn't have, enough money to send us. And plus, it was quite a ways to get up the ski hill. You needed to be driven there and whatnot. So yeah, mom and dad didn't always have time to do these things for us, and it was a lot of money for sure. I wasn't the only one that couldn't go downhill skiing for that as well. But something's telling me now that I'm in Calgary area and BC, it's like I have to try it. I'm going to go on a bunny hill from here to there and just try, and just to say that I did try downhill skiing, and then I would just love to sit there. This is something I'm going to do after Christmas, or even if it happens before, great, is I want to go to a ski hill and just sit there, like try it out for a bit, and then just sit there, then have something to eat, and then a nice drink, a nice warm drink or something, and just watch all these people coming down the hill. Wow, these athletes and these people having fun, and some of them, excuse me, for wiping out and whatnot. And if I have to, then I'll have to run out there and do some first aid. Yes, I've always had first aid all my life. Yes, because I coached gymnastics. Yes, in winter months, always. Yes, that's when gymnastics is always during the winter months. So yeah. I've coached gymnastics, and I've judged gymnastics too. And I did first aid, yes, for people. Yeah. And when I was working in the gold mine, I trained. I was on the first aid team. Yeah. So we used to go into competitions as well. So it's a good thing to have First aid. Yeah, maybe, especially during these winter months, different things can happen here and there. And if we can help people, all the better. Yes. So other things that I like to do in the winter time is definitely go for a walk in the bush. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, that's what we call it, the bush. Yeah, and to admire like the beautiful scenery, the snow on the trees, the birds, the woodpeckers, the geese flying by. Yes, just love that. And they have geese here too, not just the Canada geese. Yeah, and as in Windsor, Ontario, they also have that too, I noticed. Yeah, the snow geese do come in the winter. And the snow geese they have the longest flight pattern, migrational pattern. Yeah, they go for like, I forget how many miles. I will share that with the Capricorn energy. Yeah, come this Friday. Yeah, is the new moon. Yeah, new moon, and it's in Capricorn. That's my sign. Yes, and some of us have the snow goose as our totem animal. Yeah, they are quite strong. Endurance and all of so on. Yeah. So moving on, yes, after seeing like all the birds and whatnot, might get lucky enough to see rabbits. They have different rabbits here. Their rabbits are bigger here than in Northern Ontario. Yeah, they're massive. Snow, I forget what you call them. I can't think of it right. Hare rabbits. Yeah. And we might get lucky enough to see foxes from a distance. And sometimes you might even be able to see a wolf. And I seen a wolf in the distance, and coyotes. And also moose. I seen a moose on the side of the road. He wasn't alive, unfortunately. And seeing some deer, or even a bobcat. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I do. I just love animals. Mm-hmm. And another thing before I forget is another thing I like doing in the winter, and I haven't done it in years, and I'm going to do it here. Yes, there is snow here. Windsor, Ontario doesn't have so much snow. But Calgary, yeah, they got a little bit more snow, that's for sure. And go do some snow angels. When you're laying back on the ground in some nice fresh, snow that just came down, and it's fluffy and it's clean and nothing has been blown on it, and just take your hands and your legs and open them up and then make your angel wings. Yeah, angel wings at the top and then at the bottom as well. Yeah, so I definitely want to try that. Yeah, I know I'm older, but whatever, that's what I want to do. For winter. Yes, for sure. I really do miss having two poochies though with me. I've always had that, and a good partner that walk with me. That's what I miss as well. And I cannot get a dog when I'm traveling in my trailer. Yeah, come springtime, I'll be back traveling in my trailer again. And I can't have a dog because when the temperatures get so warm and hot, I can't leave my baby, inside my van, or leave her inside of my trailer. It's just like, I couldn't do that to them. Yeah. So eventually I will get a dog again, or maybe two if I'm lucky. Yes. Yeah. I love having dogs and feral cats. I like feeding the feral cats. And I think I would really love some chickens too. Yeah, some fresh eggs. Another garden area. Eventually, I am going to find my place after this traveling across Canada wide. We'll see what Creator God and all delivers for me when I feel resonated to. Yes, who knows? I might stay here in Calgary. I really love the people here. Very friendly people, like Ontarians. And yeah, they are very friendly. I've met quite a few people. Very down to earth, friendly people. And then after Canada, I'd like to go and visit United States as well, where I've been there before. I love going to United States as well. Gone to a few of the states. Minnesota, Las Vegas, won a trip to Las Vegas, and yeah, and then other countries as well. I've been to Cuba, Dominican Republic, and yeah, I love traveling. Yes, I really do. Especially when my favorite thing in traveling too is meeting the locals. Yeah, I'm not so much, I don't have to go shopping or for the, you know, for clothing or for souvenirs or things like that. It's like, no, I like going where the people are, running into the people that, you know, on the beaches or in the bush and whatnot, meeting these people. Yeah. And they share with you how nice, yeah, and sincere they are and how much they love their country and so on. Yeah, and then they give you tips about where to go out in nature, and it's like, yeah, thank you so much. It's that's a gift, a true gift. I remember when I was younger, I was a newlywed, yeah, and on the beach of Dominican Republic, and I met these young children early in the morning. They were out there diving off of this huge rock. It was very jagged, a black rock. I don't know what it was. And so they came onto the beach, and then they were talking to us, and I was talking to them and this and that. And next thing you know, I said, hey, I coach gymnastics, so I did a cartwheel. There was no one else around, so I really didn't care. My hubby and the kids, right? I love kids too. And so that's what I did, is I did a cartwheel. And the next thing you know is like they're showing me a couple things they know, and then I showed them another move, a back walkover, and then a front walkover, and then the splits. It's like, oh, the kids were just having a ball. They loved it, right? And I was spotting them so they wouldn't get hurt, which is like, you know, supporting their back and whatnot when they're doing these moves. And then the next thing you know, they said, come on up with us. And I tried walking up there, and I like, their feet are so used to it, right? So I said, I can't go up the rock. I wanted to dive off of it, but I went swimming with them anyway. So yes, so it's beautiful when you're out in nature. Yeah, summer or winter. And meeting local people and the animals of that land. Yeah, it's quite the gift. So I wanted to say, let us give thanks to Creator God for this special day, special cold day for some of us, depending on what country we are from. And I do pray that I will be able to see the stars and on yes, the winter solstice. And we most definitely could be seeing that because there's a cold snap here. Like I was saying, Calgary, minus 26 with the wind chill. It is minus 40. Yeah, so I haven't plugged my vehicle in a while, and it's like, yeah, so I went out and bought an extension cord, and brings back memories. It does. I don't know why. It just makes me smile. It reminds me of how I was brought up. Yeah, we did a lot of shoveling too. Forgot to mention that one. Shoveling. Yes, that's a good exercise, and it gets you outdoors. Just be careful when you're out there shoveling people, or even help like the elderly people, you know, help them shovel their driveway. Yeah. And some of us, a lot of us, we have to have the sidewalks clear in front of where we're living, and which I do. Yes. Now, Calgary and other areas, they have Chinook winds. Chinook. They're called Chinook winds, which will bring the temperature down. And what's happening is, like, really all this week, it's going to be like minus 40 almost with the wind chill. And then come Friday, Good Friday, TGIF Friday, it's going to be like minus 2. And then on Saturday, it is supposed to go to plus 2. And then after that, it's going to be 7 above come Christmas Day. Really, from minus 40 to 7 above. That's what the Chinook winds do. Yeah. They're a prevailing warm wind that comes in generally from the west. Yeah, from the west. And yeah. So I thought I had more information on the Chinook winds. Yeah, well, excuse me, I do, yes. And the Western North America coastal Chinooks come off of the waterway along the land, and there is also interior Chinooks, they call them as well. The coastal Chinooks are persistent, seasonal, wet, southwesterly winds blowing in from the ocean. Yeah, so it really warms up things. And another name for these winds is the fawn winds. FOHN, fawn winds. And these are the eastern, and they come from the eastern sides of the mountain ranges. And this snow, 1 foot deep, almost can vanish, yeah, within one day. Really, 1 foot of snow can vanish within one day with these warm winds. So they're amazing. Yeah, so it's not super, super cold like in the higher parts of Edmonton and Alaska and all those other places. So it's, to me, it's like I'm gifted to be with the Chinook winds. So it's not totally ice cold all the time. Interesting, I've never experienced this before, the Chinook winds. And the word Chinook actually came from a language from the Pacific Northwest, from a pigeon trade. That's what they were called, the pigeon trade. And they said it was of people that spoke two different languages. And that's what they said where this, the name Chinook came from. It's from two different groups of people that spoke different languages. So let us be safe at this time of year by dressing in layers for the colder areas, and make sure of the safe depths of the waterway, the ice. Make sure it's quite deep before you're out there going to do sports on it or entertainment and fishing. Oh, I love ice fishing. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that, but that is one of my favorite things to do during the winter time too, is going ice fishing. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, doing that with friends. And my favorite job is going around cleaning out everybody's holes, walking around with the dogs and cleaning out the holes. And then actually bringing in the fish too. That's pretty wild. What was it? A ling. Yeah, I think it was called a ling. One day I went and pulled up, you know, there's different fish that can come out, depends on what lake you are, right? Anyways, all of a sudden this one fish came up and it was like a snake. Woo, it wrapped right around my arm and I went, what the heck is that? And it wouldn't get off. It wouldn't get off. It was a ling, and they're bottom feeders, they're called. And so I actually had to take my hand and bang it on the ice so the fish could let go. So yeah, if you ever catch a ling, that's what you do. Bang your arm on the ice, and then the fish will let go. Yes, and they are edible fish as well. I really like pickerel and pike, and yeah, some lake trout too is really good. Yes, and that's freshwater fish. Beautiful. So what I wanted to say too is during the shifts, like when Mother Earth is shifting with the temperatures, as she will be in the winter solstice and whatnot, all these shifts that are happening in the world with the Mother Earth, temperatures, waterfalls, mudslides, earthquakes, fires, and whatnot going on. Mother Earth is going through a lot of transitional changes, and so are we. So are we. We are one with Mother Earth. So when she is going through changes, we are going through changes. And we totally are going through a lot of changes across the whole world. Really. So due to these transformational changes and shifts, they actually call it the fifth dimensional shift. It's what's happening in even higher numbers, which means that some of us are growing more spiritually. Yes, so we may be more connected to Mother Earth. We may be more intuitive. It's like predicting and feeling things, you know, and foreseeing things before it happens. Or it's like everyone's going to do something and something is telling you, don't go. It's like, why are you not feeling to go? And like, everyone's going, don't go. Or vice versa. Everyone wants to stay home and do diddly or whatever, right? And you're just going like, I want to do something, or I want to get out, or follow your heart. Follow your heart. You are expanding. A lot of us are increasing with our intuitiveness, so on, and even our healing abilities. I can feel it. A lot of my friends that do healing work as well, we are finding that the healing is getting a lot more stronger, and indirectly, this is a beautiful thing because the world and a lot of people out there do need our healing, and we can send that healing to you in person. I have a client coming today. Yes, the first time here. Yeah, I set up my massage and energy treatment room with all my gemstones. But remember that, or if you're not open to that, you know, let someone do a little healing on you. Like, it just wasn't Jesus who could lay hands upon the people. Animals do healing too. They do healing to each other. When they come to us, they are doing healing as well. They're very healing. So, and you are too. And with a little bit of training, any of us can do this healing work, and we can do it to ourselves. Yeah, we can do healing on ourselves. And before I forget, we can send long distance healing to you. Yeah, long distance healing to you out there. So try to stay positive during these transformational shifts, the dimensional shift. Whatever is going on, please always remain within and try to stand in love, peace, harmony, and joy. That's for sure. Yeah, and I'm sending out those healing prayers to you. Yes, that you can remain in that no matter what's going on. And there's a lot of disruptions of going on. People are angry about things. Some people don't believe in some things, and some of us, we believe in something else. It's like if we all thought the same way, it would be a pretty boring world. But one thing a lot of us are very grateful for is more and more people are awakening as to what's going on planet Earth. And not just here, but on the other side as well. Yeah, because we're spiritually connected. Yes, to everything out there, in there, and so on. We are spiritual beings who came down here on planet Earth just to see what it feels like to be human. And we are here to help many, many people, including ourselves. Yes. So I send out that healing energies to you now. And on the new moon, which is going to be on Friday, I will be back here doing my new moon video. And then on Friday, and then on Saturday, that'll be a day of rest. And then Christmas Day is going to be Sunday. So I'm wishing you all a beautiful Christmas holiday. Yes. And please remember what Christmas is about. It did start with Jesus. Yes. Who came to help the people and speaking his truth and sharing the healing energies to all people. He did not discriminate against no one and stood in the truth. Pretty ironic, because there's a lot of people today that are standing in our truth now, just like Jesus did. And a lot of us are being verbally crucified, and some are actually passing away. Yeah, from the different, injections and whatnot that they are receiving. It's not agreeing with some people. So we send out that healing energy to all of us during this time and the transformations. And always remember to stay within. Yes. And also, especially, keep nature within. Yeah. Blessings all. Mm-hmm.